introduce yourself. Isabella, let's start with you. How about you introduce Paz and the thought behind Paz and what made you start it?
So yes, I started Paz Lifestyle years ago. My mission is to really encourage the knowledge behind what we're doing. The industry impacts us from the maker to the supply chain to the environment and carbon footprint and the people being abused, and just I couldn't believe it. And they say if you want to make a huge change, it's really through business, and so really building the courage to start a business. And Paz really came from the name of my mom's last name is Paz. Paz is really what I want to strive for, like creating something peaceful for all of us, even though it's hard to do in a business. But so that's where Paz Lifestyle came about, to create a lifestyle of peaceful, conscious consumerism and business, and promote something more responsible.
Nutu started not as a business, it started as a reforestation project. When I was 17 years old, my first job was with a little group called Kinome. And Kinome means the eye of the tree in Japanese. And their mission was working with the vegetal world to answer people's fundamental needs. And since then, I've kept the mission. I'm like, yeah, let's work with plants to have full value chains that make sense from start to finish.
Why does it cost so much? Because that's what I always get whenever I post a piece that I have or something, and they're like, well, it costs too much. Why?
It's super hard to understand what's behind the product. Like only when you go there, understand who makes it and what happens in between, can you understand what truly happens behind the product. But yeah, most of the time, if it's cheap, it's economy of scale. So it's like they're producing million units as fast as possible, and it's usually based on exploitation. I mean, it's common sense, but it's just the people at the very bottom work on minimum wage or less, and in horrible conditions. That's it. That they just work their employees to make the system run.
And it's a very vulnerable population.
And also the cheapest fabric, usually the most valuable.
What would you guys say has been like the most difficult part about starting something ethical?
Well, for me, the difficult part is that a lot of things is not, like the way is not paved. It's much more like walking through the jungle and making your own path. But I was at every difficulty kind of is, like every obstacle can be a springboard, I want to say. Like if you're not crushed by the difficulty, then it's difficult for a little while, and then you just grow stronger. And it was only thanks to that obstacle that you found. So yeah, I feel like
it's almost kind of nice to like pave your own path, though, because you don't have somebody stopping you at every break.
And it's a double-edged sword. Like it's definitely super ambiguous. Like it's a boon and a difficulty at the same time.
And what would you say for Paz? What was difficult as far as ethical business?
Creating something completely new out of doing something more altruistic. So being sustainable can also be referred, like there's a stigma, I guess, to it. Like, is it sustainable enough? Is it? That person's not that sustainable. Well, we're all trying.
Perfect,
we're driven.
It's a path, for sure.
And every brand is inspiring because they do something so different. And with the umbrella of multi-brands is that we can all share the resource. Someone can their rating are so high in social responsibility, but they do some plastic in their packaging, and they're working towards that. And there's like zero packaging brand. What is your social responsibility? So it's a scale, really. No one's perfect, but everyone is doing their part. We are so progressive, but also at the same time, if there's not a market for it, we can't keep moving forward. In order for us to evolve, we need our consumers to be knowledgeable and see why, like understanding the why and building more of a need for products like these.
How can business be a force for good?
I think there's so much power that comes with the business. So it's a domino effect. So I think it's a force of good when you're trying and striving, aspiring to do the right thing, and respect respect.
for everyone in the value chain, like starting with the people at the roots. Real like good business is slow business, respectful business, and thoughtful business also. Starting at the very bottom, because there's way too much today business for the sake of business.
We're all replaceable if we're not consciously trying to find a better solution. So we have to keep evolving.
Right? All we can do is the best that we can do in being us and projecting out an image of sustainability, and hopefully people will see that it's cool and
We were talking
understand
about
that
It's cool.
we
It's
all want to live
normal.
here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where else we gonna go?
And we were talking about it yesterday. Just one saying. It's if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Bring the village.
We're stronger together.
Definitely.
Community. Yeah.